Helicopter crash. Cheating, in quotes, wife settles dispute at last. And we are the only people with this information. Yesterday was court day. 2 families went to court. The family of Samuel Aboagye, who died in the ill-fated Z9 helicopter crash, military style, flying from Accra around 9 a.m. in the morning and crashing over the hills of Aboagye on the 6th of August, 2025. We will never forget this crash. 8 people went down the drain. 2 pilots and government officials. 2 of them ministers of state. We remember the 8 who went down. We remember Peter Anala. We remember Sergeant Ernest Addo. We remember Mani Chum Ampedu. And we remember Dr. Edward Kofi Omanipuama. Tears are still flowing for Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Muhammad, aka a Zion man. We also remember Alhaji Muniru Muhammad. And then also Dr. Samuel Sapon. But the focus light today is on Samuel Aboagye. He was a former parliamentary candidate, and he was the Deputy Director General of NADMO. And NADMO is National Disaster Management Organization. He was the relief and protocol boss, Mr. Samuel Aboagye. He died as the youngest amongst the 8 at the age of 34. He had 2 children, one from a previous relationship, and then the other from a marriage that he had with a pretty Sandema lady, a Bulsa lady, so pretty, by name Abigail Salami. Now, my brother, my sister, whilst Samuel Aboagye and his wife were having a good time after their marriage, an alleged intruder decided to stick his dirty foot into the marriage. And we were told that it was a sitting MP. It took us time to decode this MP. It was one Stephen Amwa, Dr. Stephen Amwa, as alleged by the family. Recently, when I spoke with the family, the head of the family, one Nana Jamara, told me that they are still waiting for Dr. Stephen Amwa, aka Sticker, a sitting MP of Inshaisu, to go to court so that they will bring all the evidence they have against him that he was actually flirting and lurking around this lady here called Abigail Salami, aka Joy Linda, who presently is based in America. Today, my brother, my sister, remember we told you about the DNA issue. The family started suspecting, even before Samuel Aboagye died in that ill-fated helicopter crash. He suspected that the baby might not be his. When I spoke with Abigail, she said, it's not true. My husband never brought this up. But the family head, a biological brother of Samuel Aboagye, who also took care of Samuel Aboagye and encouraged him to return from Europe and be domiciled in Ghana, paid for him to start business and supported him in everything he wanted to do until he died in that crash, told us point blank that he personally sat and arbitrated between husband and wife every time this issue about the child came up, and also about another man coming into their marriage. Today, my brother, my sister, as Samuel Aboagye died, there was the need for a DNA test to be able to identify his body. Long story cut short, Abigail Salami, his wife, refused to present the baby for the DNA testing so that Aboagye's dead body could be identified because all 8 bodies were charred beyond recognition. My brother, my sister, she refused. That was where the family head, Nana Jamra, whose photo you saw earlier, got alarmed and suspicious. He decided to go to court and push for a DNA to be done. Yes, a DNA test to be done to ascertain the veracity of the suspicions Aboagye had, and the same suspicions the family had. Abigail also went to court, praying the court not to allow the DNA testing because she felt that her hands were being twisted and she was going to be forced to do a certain DNA testing. When I spoke with Abigail, she told me, Blakk Rasta, I am ready to do the DNA test now because I want to give honor to my husband. Yesterday, the 23rd of December, as you were told, they went back to court. And we were in court. Now, when the 2 parties met in court, what? It was fire for fire. Fire for fire. Now, the lawyers representing Abigail changed. Abigail brought a new lawyer. Why was the other lawyer removed? It became obvious. The new lawyer claimed that the other lawyer did not represent Abigail properly. And for that matter, this matter shouldn't even have come to court at all. It should be squashed and thrown away because it had no merit. Samuel Aboagye's family said, no, the case has so much merit. We want the DNA testing. Abigail's lawyer said, no DNA testing. We won't do it. Please, court, throw it away. They have no reason to have a DNA testing. For what? When the husband himself did not suspect, why should the family suspect? Do they have any evidence to show that Samuel Aboagye actually doubted the paternity of his child? My brother, my sister, it was at that point the case was adjourned to the 27th. Now, as there was so much animosity in court, and we all came out to see what would happen, we realized that the 2 parties gathered and they were talking to each other. It was surprising. How could you go to court and be at each other's necks? So much animosity. We don't want the DNA. We wouldn't do it. These people say, no, you have to do it. And then you come out of court and within a few minutes, you are gathering again and talking. We followed up, my brother, my sister, to see what the talking was all about. Come here! And we have the information. The 2 families met right in the grapevine. They met. And what did they say? Abigail's family and the lawyers agreed that when they go back to the courts on the 17th, they are going to tell the court that they don't want the case in court anymore. It's going to be taken out of court and they will do the DNA. So why then were they fighting in court over, we won't do the DNA, oh, we'll do the DNA, we won't do the DNA. Then after the court, they come together again as if to arbitrate. Oh, we will do the DNA. It's not a problem. If you people are trying to deny our daughter whatever is due her, whatever consideration she might be getting from the sitting government, the government that her husband served in, you are lying. We will go for the DNA. My brother, my sister. So on the 27th, Not 17th, 27th. When they return to court, this is what they are going to be saying. But in the meeting, you know what else they discussed? Abigail is going to do her own DNA testing with a known health outfit. The family would also do one from their preferred health outfit. And then the court would also choose one on behalf of the court from a neutral side, so that they combine everything. So to those who were thinking and saying, oh, let not go to one place, they might try to switch it. Now there will be 3 DNA testing. One from the family of Aboagye. The other one is coming from the family of Abigail. And the other one will be chosen by the court. After the heated discussion, anger, flaring, the two families came to a certain consensus that on the 27th, they will go to court and they will tell the court, please, we want to take it out. We have agreed that we'll do the DNA testing. And this is what we have agreed. Support us to do that. And who is going to pay for the DNA test? Nana Jamra, who is a chief in one of the towns in Obuasi. He has agreed to pay for all the DNA testing. And after that, he said, when everything is done, they will now take full responsibility of the little 3-year-old baby. I am glad that the two families have agreed at this point that they will come to this level. I hope they won't go back to court and start feuding again. What is the issue? Is somebody running away from the DNA test? Or somebody just feels that, oh, I'm not being treated fairly, so why should I do the DNA testing? Is there an ulterior motive? Whatever it is, it looks like there is a certain settlement. On the 27th, we shall hear more. But again, come here! The families are trying to even go for the DNA testing before the court date, so that when they appear in court, instead of telling the judge, this is what we have agreed on, they will present the testing and say that we have done the testing, so we are okay. And they will keep it amongst themselves. We have a way of knowing. We would always bring you the information. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushodomo. And here we speak truth to power.